What the fuck was the other thing I was gonna say? Oh, and I'm not gonna edit this. I'm just gonna record it. There might be clips where I've put some stuff together, but I'm not gonna change nothing. I'm not gonna take out the the hums and the ums and the all that crap. I'm just gonna leave it all in there. I'm just gonna just raw dogging it. Just yeah, raw dogging. That kind of sounds like something else. But anyway, I'm leaving it just like that. So just thought I'd let you know. We are about to take off and do this thing. And a clear throat. I am constantly having to clear my freaking throat. Yep. So the weather is starting to get a little warmer. I am in Connecticut, and we got out today and started. We like to hike. Um, I'm not in the best of shape. You can see I'm kind of fluffy, but we did get out today for the first time. Now that the weather's starting to get a little bit warmer and a little bit more tolerable, and we did a little bit of hiking. Um, we take our cat on hikes. We have six, and this one particular cat. I know that's a lot of cats, but this one particular cat likes to go hiking. Today he wasn't as into it. He hasn't been out in a while either because it's been so cold. We just haven't gone. But we took him out, and this is this is what it looked like. The weather is breaking, and we're getting back outside.
Oh, he's climbing it. Come on, buddy.
But anyway, I after that, I wanted to come back in tonight and just I just recently did a video. There's been a few things transpiring over this course of this weekend. Um, Things that I'm really excited about, and for no other reason other than just having this community, this YouTube community. It's something I've always been into, something I've always liked, and I still have struggled for a while, not knowing where I wanted to go in it. Um, I do know that I think it's going to lean towards this whole talking. Uh, I don't know how to put it, but the camaraderie, the togetherness of this community has really spiked. And some things have transpired over the weekend for me that are really cool and exciting, and um, that's got a lot to do with Mike Newman at Level Up and Bark over at Obscure Mics. Um, it's just it's a cool thing. So what led me to YouTube? Well, however long ago it was, I had started when I had said this in an earlier video. It was just a reason for me to post stuff that I made that I wanted to send to people and show them. The more I got into it, the more I really enjoyed making something. I had a spell for a while. 10, 12 years ago, I went through a divorce, and it kind of put me in this weird mood. And I was like really, really able to write a lot of poetry. I guess when your emotions are high, if you've got any kind of mind of a poet, emotional or stressful things will spark that. And I did a lot of that. So a lot of my stuff is in that shape or that form, that not necessarily poetry, but reaching somebody, reaching out into, like, if I can make something and produce something and it touches someone in a really cool way, or gives them a good feeling, or makes them shed a tear, then my job is accomplished. Like, what I wanted to do, I was successful. And those are things that I mean, over the course of the years, I've been doing that, writing poetry or just, writing little stories or doing these, these videos, and I don't get paid for it. It would be nice one day to get paid for doing stuff like this, but for now, I just enjoy doing it, and I like the feeling I get when I see that it touches someone. So that's kind of what's led me to YouTube. And then the whole idea of getting into YouTube and doing all this stuff, I wanted to sound good. I wanted to look good and I wanted to sound good. So I started following all these YouTubers that review microphones and audio gear. And that's kind of what brought me to the realization that I just love hearing this sound, this quality. I don't know, I just love it. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lean towards this more of a, I guess you could call it a philosophical approach to entertainment, or just listen, because I for one can listen to podcasts about a lot of different things, and especially if it's an interesting thing that hooks me and I want to keep listening, but I like the way it sounds, like this sound, I'm gonna listen to it even more. I'm gonna get some water, but basically, um, I enjoy this, so I'm gonna do more of this because I want to do this. Um, I don't know. I love making videos. I love reaching people, making a good impression, um, and affecting them in a positive way. Those are things that are important to me. Uh, so who am I? Well, I am a retired. Well, I shouldn't say retired. I'm not retired. An ex truck driver. I drove truck from when I was 19 years old all the way up until about 3 years ago, and um, I stopped driving because I had some health issues, and those issues um, kind of made me rethink a lot of stuff. So I got out of truck driving. I've even considered and tossed around the idea of doing a podcast like about for truck drivers, informational stuff, whatever. Um, but that's kind of what I come from. My background is truck driving, dispatching, and then over the last like 8 years, I started doing video work. And I'm just a small, yeah, I say little guy or a nobody. I know I'm not a nobody, but you know what I'm trying to say is I'm not a big corporation. But I've done a few wedding videos, a few commercials, social media ads for people, stuff like that. And that's what's led me down this path. Um, One of the things that always is like a barrier for me or a wall is thinking that what I have isn't good enough or what I've produced isn't good enough. And that can be true. You can have bad equipment, you can have bad content, but the worst thing you can do is not put it out, because if you put it out, you're going to see it, you're going to learn from it, and you're going to do better. You're going to do it again, and you're going to repeat this. And the more you repeat this, the better you get at it. And if you don't put it out, you're never going to make, you're never going to take that first step. And taking that first step is kind of the key. It's like jumping in the water for the first time. You're never going to learn to swim if you don't drown a little or, take on a little bit of water. You gotta do that. Speaking of taking on water, I'm trying to keep that throat from being all dried up. Um, so yeah, don't let the fear of the wrong equipment or it's not good enough stop you from doing it. You got to do it. The only way you're going to know if it's for you and if it's good or how to learn from it is if you do it. You have to do it, see it, continue. It's just and then this whole world of YouTube. I had made a video the other day explaining that how important it is to support other people. Like we're all normal people. There's some YouTubers, obviously everybody knows, that are way up the charts or way up the ladder, the food chain, the top of the food chain, and but we're all normal people. We all started off, we didn't necessarily all start off as professionals in any one particular thing. So showing your support, commenting on people's videos, you know, just sharing it, whatever you can do to support it, you should. You know what I mean? Because I've learned over this weekend that just by doing that for other people, those other people are now turning around and lifting me up. And these are people to me that are, I know they don't think so, but I think they're superstars, I mean, they're the people I've been watching and learning from, and I'm like amazed that they're even taking the time of day to help promote me and help lift me up. And I just think that's cool, and I think that's a message that everybody needs to know about. Everybody needs to know that we need support, and don't be afraid to put out that first piece of crap that you think is no good. You could be wrong. It might be really good. Most of us are our own worst critics, and that can be damaging. There's probably a lot of people that don't become something great because they tore themselves down so much that they won't even let themselves succeed. And that's something you want to pay attention to. Um, so I just don't wait for the right equipment. Yeah, I'm looking at notes because I need to. So, um, and relax that idea of perfecting everything. It doesn't have to be perfect. Matter of fact, a lot of people would prefer it to not be perfect. Um, both Bark at Obscure Mics and Mike Newman. I was watching some stuff over the weekend, and watching them mess up and say the wrong words, and not take it out of their video. I like that, man. That's genuine. That's good stuff. It makes a better connection to the idea that they're real people too. Like I'm a real person. I'm not just this figure that's on your YouTube screen, your TV or your laptop or your phone. I'm an actual person. And I screw up. I'm not perfect. And when I see other people doing that and I see that genuine side of things, that to me is better than any refined, polished work uh or production any day. Hands down, I like the real nitty-gritty shit. That's the stuff that I just really appreciate, Um so relax that idea that everything's got to be perfect, because it doesn't have to be perfect. Just put it out there. Um and another thing, like Bark was saying, there's no competition here. At least in this group of people that we are all been communicating. For me, I'm just now hopping on, and it's been over the weekend that it's kind of really increased. But there, you don't feel a sense of competition between any of these people. You know, Tom Buck, Bronson at Audio Hotline, um, Mike Newman, Bark. There's more. There's a lot more. I'm just winging it right now. So yeah, they don't you don't get that feeling of like a threatening feeling or anything like that. And to be honest with you, if you support each other, we can all excel. Everybody can do good if you help each other. You don't have to always beat somebody down. You don't have to always be better than the next guy. There's something about everybody that we all can appreciate and value. And that's a good start to a good relationship in this community. um but the other one of the other things that goes through my head a lot is, I've done all this time as a truck driver. I'm getting older. I'll be 50 this year. um you've gotta at some point start doing the things that you really like doing. um if you keep waiting, you end up never doing them. And I'm not gonna wait anymore. I'm just gonna start putting this stuff out here. And if there's topics that anybody would like me to talk about or would like to do a live about, speak up. Tell me. Leave it in the comments. We will address that for sure. I would love to get together with any of these guys and talk, or any of you that have something that's bugging you when it comes to this space, this YouTube thing. I'm not a professional. I'm the furthest thing from it. Um, but you get by. We'll give you some examples about not waiting for everything to be perfect. I film with my iPhone. Currently, you are looking through my iPhone 13. I have an iPhone 14 Pro. It's actually an iPhone 13 Pro, and then I have my work phone is an iPhone 14 Pro. I use either one of them. I do the continuity camera, which is wireless. I just hook it up. It comes right into my MacBook Pro. And then I do everything. I record everything in OBS. Oh, I forgot to mention, I get my sound through the Vocaster 2. I got mine just recently when they were on sale for 99 bucks. The only problem is none of the physical attributes work on mine. So I'm currently waiting for a shipping label so I can send it back and they'll send me a new one because it does work. Everything works through the Vocaster hub. But I kind of want to have the full features. I like the idea of the physical buttons being able to mute um the headphone volumes for the guest and the main one. What is it called? The host. Those work. The gain knob works, but everything else just kind of doesn't work. The Bluetooth part works, but you don't know if it's working. You have to try to connect it and then go look at your phone and make sure your phone's connected to it if you're using your phone. The 48 volt, the phantom power, I believe it works. You can turn it on in within the hub, but the lights themselves, they're all like pink. They're all like, it's really weird. Um, I would show you, but I can't because it's the way my bank account's set up. It won't reach. But anyway, um, yeah, there's that. And if I'm gonna stream on like StreamYard or Riverside or any streaming platforms, I can take and use this same through OBS. I can do the virtual camera and pull my camera feed into whatever streaming software I'm on, StreamYard or whatever it is. And I have that set up for my camera. This microphone is a Fifine K669D. I have two of those. I have a 669C. I have an AM8. And then I've got some older Fifines that are like the old fashioned, kind of like the Blue Yeti. I have a Blue Yeti as well. Don't use it because in my opinion, it's garbage. And it was like $100 and something dollars. This microphone is like $36.99. You can't beat the sound of this microphone for $36.99. Um, so this is cheap. My camera setup is what I have. I do have a regular DSLR camera. My iPhone shoots way better footage than my camera any day. I don't have like the best top-notch lenses. I have a 50, a 35 millimeter. Both of those are low aperture or large aperture. So those look good. Only problem with those, and the reason I don't use that camera, I'm in a corner and I don't have a lot of room. In those lenses, you kind of got to be further away. I can't get the camera with those lenses far enough away. Then I've got like a 10 to 18, which has a nice wide angle. But the problem with that camera is, or that lens, it sucks in low light. It doesn't have a good aperture. It's like a 4.3 or whatever the heck it is. So for lack of funds and necessity, I use my phones and they work perfect. My lighting setup, I have a set of LED lights. I'll put a description in the I'll put a description in the I'll put a link in the description. I bought them. I got two. They're like, I don't know, like this big, 5, 6 inches, 4 inches. I got two of them for 30 bucks, like 3 years ago. I'm only using one, and I've got it mounted on the wall with a light mount bracket, and I've got it aimed right at a wall. The wall is white, so the light bounces off the wall and spreads out and covers me nice and evenly. 30 bucks. And I'm not even using both of them. I'm just using one. I have my little Edison bulb in the back just to kind of look cool. I like it. And then I have this blue tube light, and that's what gives this kind of a, oops. Oh, it's dead. That's what gives this kind of blue glow behind me. Real stuff here. So there's my camera, there's the mic setup. Like I said, I have two of the mics. I have one on a much higher boom arm. Um, I don't really need that boom arm. I just got it because it was cheap and I wanted to try it out. And then so there's the light. This light. This oops. Oh yeah, my disco ball. This is a freaking moving blanket that I bought at Harbor Freight for like 11 bucks. Okay. I have another curtain, much nicer looking curtain that I could cover this up with, but I kind of like the moving blanket. So I just leave it alone. And the best part of all this stuff, I have an L-shaped desk, water break. I have an L-shaped desk. It's pretty big. It's kind of a cool desk. I got it for free. My work, we rented a warehouse, which is where I currently reside at work. And there was like 4 desks in the building that whoever was there before left behind. So we didn't need them. I already had a desk set up in the office there. So I took this one home, and it's a nice big thing. But the funniest part, and we're getting down to the nitty gritty and being real here, my little studio is literally the corner of my kitchen. Like it doesn't get any more ghetto than this. And I don't mind. I have some acoustic sound panels, just the cheapies that I bought on Amazon that are sitting up on the wall behind or in front of me. So that's stopping the reverb and reflection from in front of me. And then the blanket's doing it from behind me. I don't have anything soft below me or above me, both hard surfaces. But on my desk, I've from Walmart, the little on brand, the cheap brand, the mouse pad, the desk pads. I bought 3 of those and I spread them out and cut them to fit this desk, this corner desk. So that makes this surface less reverb. And then I just threw up, believe it or not, this rack, this shelf was our shoe rack. Okay. It lays down typically. I stood it up so that I could put a light on it and some little, some little decorations just so I could have this little corner of this oddly shaped and oddly proportioned kitchen that we have look like a little studio. And this is the best that I can do with what I've got. And if I hadn't told you any of that stuff, I guarantee nobody would have known. Nobody would have had a clue that this is the corner of my kitchen. Literally, my wife's a baker. She does a lot of baking. So we have 3 refrigerators. Right on the other side of this curtain, there's 3 refrigerators. There's like a little pantry hutch. The kitchen, it's ridiculous, but it gets me by, you know what I mean? And it looks decent, and it didn't cost me a lot of money. I mean, I hung it with some paracord on up on the wall, and then I ran it to the other side of the wall and just kind of closed off the corner of this kitchen. My back door is literally right on the other side of that shelf. And I took the paracord and I ran it through 2 eyelet bolts and then down to the floor, and I've got weights that you can buy at Five Below. I think I've got 2 10-pound weights that I hooked on the end of that cable so it would keep it really tight and hold up the weight of these curtains. So that's what I did. And you can do the same thing. You don't have to have everything right away. You can just kind of get by. The only part I don't like about this is I don't have my privacy. Sometimes I have to wait, like right now, it's 10 o'clock at night. I got work tomorrow and I have to wait until this time to do this stuff so that I have a little bit of privacy. I don't have to worry about somebody walking in the kitchen, because there's times when I try to do stuff and everybody's not in bed, they'll walk in, and usually you guys can't hear it, but I hear it. I can hear cabinets slamming, people getting in the fridge, and I'm like, I've just got to wait until the kids or whoever it is gets out, and then I can go back to what I'm doing. I don't know why it feels embarrassing if I'm in here talking and I know people out there can hear me. Maybe it's is it that imposter syndrome thing? I don't know, but maybe you guys have felt that. I don't. I hope I'm not alone, but it is weird and it is a barrier. But I'm still getting by. My day will come when I'll have my room where I can close the door and I can be alone and I can do whatever it is I'm gonna do for this channel. Water break. So, um, I think I pretty much touched base on everything that I wanted to touch base on. I'm sitting right around 23 minutes. Is that right? Yeah, 23 minutes. So we'll make it a 30-minute show, and that's going to be it. Um, so I guess the key points are where I came from. I was a truck driver. Now I like to do YouTube. I do still work a regular job. Obviously, I'm not making no money doing this, so um, I love to make videos. I love to reach people. I love to make impressions, and I do plan on doing some more philosophical type stuff. Some like life ideas. And when I say life ideas, I mean like I'm not no professional, but like authenticity. Just kind of reminding people that you can be yourself, be real, be you, and there's a lot of people more probably that will appreciate that more than there is not. And I'm one of those people. And I guarantee you, if you reach out to me and you're doing this same thing, I'm going to watch and I'm going to support what you're doing because I think that's key for all of us. We need to support each other. So that's who I am. That's what I love. And maybe I'll get some mics, get some different mics going, and we'll do some reviews. But I'm going to focus on this stuff right here, on supporting this network, this community, being everything you can and being as true as you can. You want to be genuine, um, and you will attract other people of the same nature. And that's pretty much it. So I guess I'm just gonna say goodbye. See you later, and hopefully you subscribe and watch the next one. Peace out. Oh, I almost forgot. Bronson, if you happen to see this, the cat part, that was for you.